What's up, everybody? We're back with some more Nova Drift.
Nova Drift.
Before we begin, I'd like to thank Sir Platinum Slurk, Luanchan, Meister Gurkensalit, Zinthus, Ultra Viper, Buzzkill, Connor McLean, Hyper Exalted God King, Springback, Ultra Dave, Marketed Decker, and Lickscore 5232 members of our Patreon. If you'd like to be a member of our Patreon, go to patreon.com/see link in the description.
Oh my god, sure. Why not?
You're like, yeah, sure, I guess. Okay, so the goal for today's build. Someone had mentioned how they wanted to see how the Warp Shield works with Sanctuary. So that's what I'm going to try to do. We'll try to do a Warp Shield Sanctuary.
Warp Shield Sanctuary.
Yeah.
I'm curious at how that goes, because, like, the Sanctuary makes the shield stronger, but the Warp Shield does its thing when it breaks.
Yeah.
Which would lose the Sanctuary?
It's going to be hard to do, but we're going to do it. It's going to be fine. Probably.
Hey.
Maybe. I don't know. This is not my idea. And then I'll probably go all in on it, which means that I will hidden power, which means that this weapon is temporary. So I'm just going to grab a grenade because I think it'll be okay in the early game. And it was there. Warp Shield. Look, right down the center. Dialed it down the center. 1-800-COLLECT.
Leave a book or two.
Does anyone else remember calling collect?
No, we are oldly.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody knows what a phone, like a landline is.
You guys remember payphones?
Isn't that? Yeah, what does Superman do nowadays?
He doesn't have a phone booth.
Yeah.
How does the doctor disguise himself? The police box is that's like a phone booth for a very specific purpose.
Yes, those can't exist anymore.
Let's see. Cooldown and radius. I want them both. Regen. Maybe I don't want shield regen. You know, because I want the shield to break. So maybe I do Sanctuary Tempest Break. Maybe this is the one.
Ooh. Oh, you're going fancy.
Is it fancy or is it foolish? Find out next time.
Also, I like how both of the shield wild mods were there and you took neither of them.
Yeah, it's because I didn't need them.
Well, one of them is like shield effects power and the other... You do need to also be safe, though.
Do I? Says who?
Also, wait, did you take... You took the Sentinel body. Sentinel Tempest Break feels wrong.
Oh, but it's going to feel so right.
I just...
Well, look, it adds shield power. They all add shield power.
No, I know.
We're going for maximum power of the shield.
It's right. It feels wrong. Because it's like... It's like taking an architect and then being like, yeah, but I also want you to explode as often as possible.
Yeah.
It's technically correct, but it feels bad.
We'll grab volatile shields because that'll give us
more boom on your shield expops. Expops?
Hey,
Thanks an expop.
When it expops, and it also gives us closer to hidden power. Focus shields will give us more power. I'm just going to go for maximum power. But we'll continue to play semi-safe until we're set up here. Do I care about Radiant Shield? It's going to lower my shield cooldown to give me more distance to jump to. But I think I'm going to be so in the business that that's not going to matter that much. I'm going to roll. Shield durability we need. This build is going to be just all over the place.
Talking about.
And then we need to get Aegis for Sanctuary, and then emergency systems will probably be a good idea down the road.
Probably.
Eh. Stop summoning things.
That's what they do, though.
Uh, reflective shields, I believe, also gets me closer to hidden power, and you know, it's another thing to do when I'm bipping and booping and bopping
Yeah.
like that. Barrier. One of the things we need for the old sanctuary. So, Tempest Break Sanctuary. Will it work?
Oh.
If you had to guess.
I mean, it'll do something.
Not much of a betting man, are you?
Absolutely a game, but man, I have no idea because this one's weird.
Oh, what's more gambling than an uneducated guess? You just shoot for the moon.
No, no,
And
no,
then
no,
be
no,
confident
no, no.
about it.
No, 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 no. If you're gonna gamble, it has to be educated. Well, there's some more Evo niche, which
That does power up my shields, but it doesn't give me what I need right now. Weaponized shields will mean that the stuff I zap into takes much more damage. Doesn't go into anything else that I really need. But I'll do it. It's like the Evo niche without the downsides of Evo niche. Drone specialist.
it is. It is drone specialist. There's the mine specialist.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found it.
$1 short.
We're going to grab the Galvanic here. I know I could just grab Honor Bound, but I believe this Galvanic will open us up to Hidden Power. And the sooner I can get Hidden Power, the more I can start living life dangerously cheesy.
Are you Chester now?
Yeah. Well, no, if I hit F7, then I would be a cheetah.
Oh.
Alright, fuck that. You know what? I'm gonna take the improved thrusters because I need that for Tempest anyway. I agree.
Oh God! Stop it.
I also agree. I just finished up all of the caffeine in my house. I have no more. I have no more tools to be awake. But I have no tools to stay awake. I'm gonna be asleep. Now, Omni Shield Tempest Break is
That would be a choice.
a destiny for failure.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Alright, now we have all the prerequisites for Sanctuary. We just need the Fire Trail to have the prerequisites for Tempest. I'm just gonna start bopping people. And then get inside! It was all part of the ruse. Okay, I'm getting out early though, because I ran out of shield and I was scared.
It's almost like you made your shield small or something.
I didn't make my shield that small.
I mean, I suppose that's true.
It's smaller, comparatively. I wouldn't call it small. It's fun sized. Oh, the game is making fun of me because I didn't do the things properly. There we go. We just gotta slam dance our way to victory.
Dodge all the bullets.
I didn't dodge a single bullet.
I noticed.
Hold on,
I got your shield up.
I gotta get out of here.
I mean, you know what? That works.
It's all part of the plan. Well, emergency systems is probably not going to be a terrible place to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, got him. Alright, there's one remaining nub. No more remaining nubs. No more remaining boss. Okay. Once I have Tempest, I'm gonna feel a lot more confident doing shield shenanigans. But we have Sanctuary first.
Alrighty.
So now we're gonna we're gonna really start to see what happens here. Oh God, that's trippy.
That's super trippy. You became one of them giant eyeballs from Mario 64.
I am the giant eyeball from Mario 64. Oh, I'm gonna blink at these guys. I'm gonna have nightmares. Look, at the very least, I'm not the piano from Mario 64. That would have been the worst.
Really, it's like baby's first mimic.
I know there's a galvanic here. I almost want to... warp is 1. Volatile shields is 2. Reflective shields is 3. Galvanic is 4. You need 4 things for the hidden power.
Correct.
So I should be good. So I don't need another galvanic. So I think I'm going to roll to try to get closer to Tempest or get hidden power. Hey, look, hidden power.
Perfect.
So then we get another immediate upgrade. Again, I can take galvanic or I can search for the trail. I'll grab the galvanic. I only have so many. Alright, so now it's just going to be bumping into things.
Shield comes back pretty quick.
Yeah, it's not bad. Regeneration is probably good. Efficiency is definitely good now, actually. And then, yeah, we just need to get ourselves a Tempest situation going.
I will say that everything inside that circle is great. Once the shield pops, it's a little sad. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
How do you feel about it currently?
And that did some weeing and wooing, in case you hadn't noticed. And I don't even mean like wooing, like the fun way. Deadly Wake, great idea.
We definitely need to hit that Tempest break. And blink. You know, the whole enchilada. Tempest break is going to help out a lot, because we want to be able to break more often, and we want to be able to, yeah, come on, hit me. Oh, he hit me and he didn't even break my shield. Disappointment.
Do you take the regen and the shield regen, or no? Because you want it to pop more often.
Yeah. So just the regen for my hull is fine.
A bad idea.
It's gonna put 2 more things in the pool, which is a little meh, but
You could take the adaptive armor. Yeah. That does something similar, but also puts 2 things in the pool. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. But I'd theoretically use both of those things in that pool, so that might have been a better option, but I think I like both of them just fine.
Yeah.
Well, there's Blink.
There's an ally specialist.
There is an ally specialist. Yeah, so we'll take my better than strafe just to get me out of trouble. I didn't even know, you were like behind a rock. You're like in a rock. What are you doing? Tempest Break. Okay. Tempest Break and Sanctuary together. Here we go. Come on. Hit me. There we go.
It comes back pretty quick.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Also, the boost. I got a boost at some point. Whee! Alright. This is doing okay. Maybe
You are doing a lot of
Candescence?
burn. Candescence
Yeah.
is not a bad idea. Oh, this is gonna be wild.
Got him. One thing
Perfect.
I want to test is breaking the shield while I'm out of the zone. It chases me down,
yeah.
so it's a bit of like a green devil situation, but
Yeah.
do I want to purge or do I want corrosion? I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to deflag. In fact, I don't know if I can because I think hidden power. Yeah, at least at one point it doesn't show red mods anymore. It could have been changed because it got changed for other reasons. But I'm gonna take corrosion first anyway, because I did deflag last time. It's fine. Okay, come on guys, break my shield, break my shield. Okay, so I have to be I have to be within the shield for the
Otherwise,
warp
you
to
don't
happen.
blink.
That's what I thought was going to happen, but I wanted to test it. And that was a pretty safe way to test it because they were just little snaky boys.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. So, just a floating eyeball in space. Purification. I haven't gotten over just the eyeball looking around.
Yes.
It's just like, hey, how's it going? What are you doing?
You are Sauron now.
Just, maybe that's the name of the build. Just, although I feel like I've done a Sauron at some point.
You did.
I've done everything at some point.
No, this is the ghost piano.
But it's not. It's actually an eyeball. It's like
Yeah. What was the big eyeball in Mario 64 called?
the big
It's been in other
eyeball.
things. No, I feel like it did have a name.
Blinky.
No.
Abe Blinken. Look, finally we can make that joke, and it sort of makes sense.
It's literally his name is literally Mr. I, like the letter I.
Ah. Why do they call him that? It's a Mr. I.
Don't no. Stop.
Do you remember how to defeat them? You
You
spin
gotta
around
go-
and they go. Oh, I need agility so I can spin faster. so,
Nah, it's true.
so I can dizzy.
I mean, now you have to.
Do I?
It's now part of the build.
Discharge will help me get rid of my shield much faster. And, cause me to do actual damages. So, I think discharge is a huge part of this build. Whee!
Ew. Why?
Ooh, why what?
Well, in Super Paper Mario, you could get cards based on the different enemies and whatnot.
Sure.
And the description for Mr. I in Super Paper Mario says it's an eye. It's an eye. A big, juicy, unblinking, ever-watching eye.
Uh-huh.
Why juicy?
It's because eyes are juicy.
I don't care.
you're, like,
It's gross.
you're like, I hate it. What's wrong with a nice juicy eye?
No.
We could get worse than blink to go into void slice.
That's a thing you could do, yes.
Wee.
Wow. One at a time. Oh, you
Done.
didn't even get this last one.
Hyper boost med charge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Agility. Now it is getting dizzy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's dizzy. And then you boop him.
Yeah, and then what happens?
Then he turns into, was he a blue coin guy?
He was a blue coin guy.
See? Yeah.
Look at you.
I know my way around the Mario 64. That was, I would say, the last Mario game I played seriously in the Mario line of games.
It's not true.
I say seriously. I've played a lot of the other ones, but not seriously.
Argue that there's at least one you played seriously, considering we put it on the channel.
Just because it's on the channel doesn't mean I played it seriously. Playing through a game doesn't mean I've like really played through it.
I suppose that's fair.
I should probably get some holster. Cause like I know we've played through Odyssey and all that stuff, but
Let's see, on the channel we played through what, 3 and Odyssey?
We played through all of the original Mario games. 1, 2, 3, World.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Wow, I only remember 3.
Yeah.
Oh no, I guess I remember World now. Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm an old man. I don't remember nothing.
Yeah, we played through 2, and then we speed ran 1.
Well, yeah, that's because it's a short game.
Uh-huh.
Once you know what you're doing. I am not the fastest speedrunner of Mario 1, but I can complete it in about 8 minutes.
Which is respectable.
Respectable, but the world record is like half that.
It's not quite half that. It's high 4s. But it's getting very close to being theoretically perfect, unless someone finds something really saucy that no one's discovered in the last, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
But people are doing wild stuff. They can just jump through walls and things.
Oh yeah. I love watching Mario 3 speedruns personally. And all of the new tech that comes out over the years.
I love watching speedruns that just have wild stuff in them.
Yes.
Like I was talking to you about this the other day. I'll say it here on the video. Recently, they discovered a new glitch in the original Final Fantasy VII. And,
oh yeah, with the wild.
Yeah, because there's a whole bunch of glitches that go into this glitch that people have known about for a little while now, and they've all been not particularly useful, just for like haha jokes. You can do funny things with them. It looks funny. But then someone put them all together, and because of the shoestring way that this game was put together, it just so happens to do this other crazy thing that people discovered. So the upshot of it is you can duplicate whatever materia that Yuffie steals from you. She steals your best 48 materia. A lot of people think it's all of them, but it's actually 48. So if you have 49, she'll leave your worst one. You're welcome. But what you have to do is you have to perform a whole bunch of other glitches to get there. The first one you have to do is you have to make sure that you haven't gone to do that side quest yet, and you have freaking diamond weapon on the map for reasons that'll be important later. And then you have to do this glitch where you catch a chocobo, and then you go over to where Ruby Weapon's hanging out, and he's got this like quicksand thing that chocobos won't go over. But if you do it in just such a way, you can get off the chocobo while he's talking about it and put the chocobo on the map where he's not supposed to be. You save and quit, and then when you come back, there's just a chocobo on the map where he's not supposed to be. You go into the chocobo thing, you get on a chocobo, and then all of a sudden you're on 2 chocobos because the game's really confused. And then you get in the high wind, you fly to Wutai, you get off the high wind, you're on 2 chocobos, you get off one of the chocobos, and you are the second chocobo. And then you get to the part where Yuffie steals your stuff, and then all of a sudden the game gets really confused after that cutscene, and it puts you out in front of the chocobo stables where you got on the chocobos in the first place. And normally you'd be stuck here because all of your rides are on a different continent, and you just got teleported way over here. But the diamond weapon is here, so you got to go fight the diamond weapon without any of your materia because it's all gone. And then that will start a cutscene that goes into disc 3 of the game that puts you back in the high wind with all of your characters in your party, which includes Yuffie, which isn't supposed to be in your party at the time because the game didn't expect you to do any of this for some reason. And then you go back to Wutai, you do the entire Wutai quest line. You don't put Yuffie into your party until after you do all of the stuff where you chase her around town. But when you do the back end stuff, when you're like going to see Cornello and doing all that stuff, you put Yuffie in your party in a specific spot. You finish that, and then at the end of the thing, where she goes to give you your materia back, it runs a whole bunch of code, and the way code works in this game is that all of like the different scripts of code is stored on a per character basis, so all of the characters have different things. And then it just runs on who's ever in your party. And for all of the people that aren't Yuffie, it says run script 6. And script 6 is just be in this part of the room, so that way when the scene runs, you can see your party members all hanging out in the room when Yuffie gives you your stuff back. But Yuffie doesn't have that because she's not supposed to be in your party. But it just so happens that her script 6 is give you back all of your materia. So she gives you back all of your materia. And then the scene rolls out where she gives you back all of your materia. And then you have 2 sets of materia because the game is wild and crazy.
Yeah.
And that was a very long explanation of a game that's super not Nova Drift. So if you made it through that entire thing of a small tidbit of video gaming that I found interesting, then I'm glad.
People say they like the podcasting things.
Yeah, but that was like a hyper-specific rant on a 35-year-old video game, so I don't know.
It's fine. And look, it's the fact that it's all character slot based is great because that's just a thing that Square Enix has done for a while. One of my favorite glitches in Final Fantasy has to do with Final Fantasy IX and not having enough character slots for all of the party characters in the game.
Yeah.
So it's something, I forget the exact number because I haven't looked this up in a while, but it's something like the game has 16 party member slots for the entire game. And there are certain characters that show up in your party for a short period of time, particularly at the beginning of the game. And then, like, there's different scenes where, like, the Tantalus gang is in your party for a while, and, like, there's a scene later in the game where the Beatrix is in your party for a little while.
Yeah.
But because of you're not supposed to have certain characters in the party at certain times, they were just like, it's fine that we don't have enough character slots. We'll just have different characters use different slots temporarily, or use the same slot temporarily, because you'll never have, for example, Marcus and Aiko in the party at the same time. It just won't happen. Oh boy, we woo.
Woo.
That's sad.
I was being a little bit too saucy, and then
I mean, it's a saucy build.
It was a very saucy build. It's not a good build, but it's an interesting build.
It's an interesting build. You mean you can turn into a giant eyeball?
I did turn into a giant eyeball, and it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
But yeah, games are weird. You know, I'm gonna end in one more little game story. We'll go into a little bit of podcast overtime here.
Okay.
It's also in Final Fantasy VII because it's another bit of that one line of code that who knows why it exists, but the only reason why it exists is to make this one thing work. You can do one of the most famous new skips in Final Fantasy VII is called Calm Skip, where you skip the entirety of the town of Calm and go right to Junin, which is a huge time save. A lot of shenanigans to make it happen.
Yes.
And without getting into the weeds of exactly how and why all of that works, you just skip it. But in order to skip it, you have to bypass the part of the game that gives you the PHS, which is the thing that allows you to swap party members and things like that.
Right.
But in Junin, you know, they have that event with the dolphin, where you gotta jump up into town on the back of the dolphin, and then you gotta save the little girl and all that stuff. For real no reason in that game, the bear is just like, I'm gonna take the PHS so it doesn't get wet. And so then he takes it away from you, and then he gives it back, and then when he gives it back, you just have it. And if that simple, stupid thing didn't exist,
yeah,
that entire skip wouldn't work.
That's true.
Also got him.
You did got him. I love stuff like that. I suppose I didn't actually finish explaining the FF9 things. I'll go really, really fast then.
Yeah, go.
Basically, when you get a character in your party for the first time, they will show up at the level that Zidane is, the main character, but their stats are based on, you know, whatever they're normally supposed to be. With the sole exception, two exceptions, but the main one here is because Aiko and Marcus share the same character slot. Aiko will have bonus stats based on whatever Marcus's stats when he left the party. And so if you bothered to take the time to level up Marcus, Aiko will have boosted stats. And there's a scene early on where you can technically level Marcus up to level 100. It would take like 4 days real time, but, you know, speed emulators and whatnot.
Oh. Or just buckle down.
Or just buckle down. Level Marcus up to level 100, then you gain Aiko into your party later on at a low level, and then you continue to level up from level 100 stats. It's crazy.
That's like the Final Fantasy Tactics shenanigans of just, I'm going to level up as this class that gains a lot of stats, and then, oh look, there's a level down trap on this map. I'm going to switch into a class that has really poor stat growth, and then I'm just going to level down just a little bit so I can level up bigger later and have infinite stat glitch go.
Yeah, it's good times. Love stuff like that.
Yeah. So there you have it. The build was interesting. It was a cool looking giant eyeball. Didn't work that well. We died way too early, but we podcasted a little bit longer. I hope everybody was okay with that.
Yeah, I hope so.
And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I guess with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, bye.